Hello, y'all. It's 5:36 p.m. Excuse me. Oh. So, come on, man. There was no noise before I press record. So, I had enough for another night. Now, for tonight, this is the third night. Oh, and they hit me with frequencies causing me a headache. This is the third night that I use my own Social Security money. The third night that I use my own Social Security money. My check is somewhat, pretty much almost gone now. I got bills too. So, my, this is the third night that I had to be in a hotel room. So, I got me, I don't remember, like 4 or 5 hours of sleep last night. I think I fell asleep at maybe 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning after uploading all those videos from last night. And then I woke up at probably about 6:30. I kept on having to get up very frequently and having to go pee, and even kind of peed on myself a couple of times. And due to the forced urination and everything. And before the second time they called the police on me, I had to use the bathroom again. And I was out on the streets, and last night, excuse me. Sorry. And so I had to be forced to hold my pee in all the way until after I got settled in the hotel room. And so nearly peed on myself again with the weak bladder and forced urination. And so now I'm wearing the last bladder pad, and so I have to go and get some more. So this morning I had 2 chocolate muffins and 2 eggs and some milk for breakfast. That's all I had. And from the little the cafeteria. And the chocolate muffins, they were kind of good. They were good flavor wise, but healthy, no, they weren't healthy. So it was close to 11 o'clock, and I realized I had enough for another night. But otherwise, if it weren't for that craziness going on, I wasn't sure how much money I had left over. And I'm like, well, if I would have done this night plus another night, both in one reservation, that could have been 2 consecutive nights or more in one reservation. Then that could have been enough for I could have almost had enough to be able to afford to get a free night. And so I've had so many hotel room nights that now I'm a diamond member on this chain, but on the other chain it was platinum. But even on this one, I've been a platinum member for a long time, like for a couple of years, but that's a loud truck. I gained platinum status so quickly, but it took a long time for me to get to diamond. But one of the other hotels I'm not going to mention because I don't want to give it clues to the online perps. One of the other hotels I'm wrongfully banned from, and so ever since that incident, I haven't used that whole chain ever since then. So I've been using this one. But I've been trying to stay in some extended stay hotels. It's hard to find like safe motels to stay in. I can't stay at the Super 6 anymore for the rest of my life. So so I mean so yeah, I got like another night. I got another hotel room night, and I had to stay at this spot because it would have costed more money to go further out with the Uber, you know. So and the price difference wasn't all that much, you know. But tonight was cheaper, and I couldn't get the discount last night, but I was able to get it tonight. So I was able to save about $30, but still had to spend nearly $80, you know, because it would have cost them more if I would have gone somewhere else. But tomorrow the buses go back running again, and that bus driver that said I need a social worker, I feel anxiety about riding the bus with her again, but I would have no choice, you know, if I gotta go, you know. I don't want to give no hints, but so one of the housekeepers, I'm glad she was very nice, and I briefly told her my situation. I couldn't mention gang stalking, but I briefly mentioned the situation of what I'm going through to her, and you know, I'm glad she was nice and said that, you know, she thanked me for, you know, trusting her and being, you know, open with her, you know, about what I'm going through. And she said it, you know, it helps her not feel so bad, I guess. I'm paraphrasing what she said. Not feel so bad about her own, you know, problems that what she going through, you know. So I'm glad she was nice and respectful and not a perp. And so I went and renewed another night here tonight, and this morning, you know, before checkout time. And that's would have been all I had enough for was one night. But somebody helped me with a little more money today. And so come on, they got these loud ass pickup trucks. So stop. Yeah, they freaking showing off. So that's a loud ass pickup truck. So I'm was still tired and sleepy, and with a struggle with the sleep deprivation today, or being trying to fight against sleep since I can't fall asleep in public places. Come on, man. Like, does it take you 20 minutes to fucking drive out of a damn parking lot, you dumbass? That's how I know they're doing that shit on purpose. So, and there they go again. The truck is that loud. Can you hear it? So my money, my money is almost just about gone. Almost just about gone. Like, come on, man. It sounds like the same perp riding around in circles with that loud pickup truck. So they're distracting me on purpose. So, I mean, at least with an extended stay hotel, you're not trapped down in a lease. I'm not in an extended stay right now. I'm in a regular hotel right now. But at least you're not trapped in a lease with the extended stay, and you can leave whenever you want. But dealing with an apartment lease, they make sure you don't get any peace where you at. So, but anyway, so my situation is like after 12 o'clock noon, I dozed off and fell asleep, and I checked my phone a couple of times, and I took a long, almost 4.5 hour nap. I didn't even have lunch to eat. I didn't have lunch, no lunch. So then when I woke up, it was 4:21 p.m. and I woke up to harassing, threatening text messages. I'm sorry, not text messages. I meant to say YouTube comments. And I cannot go to the police because the police are part of the gang stalking. And they won't do anything about them anyway. So who's bullying who if they come and find my and bully and harass me on my social media? And so the police is working with those perps. So this evening they said it was supposed to have had a small chance of rain, but I guess they canceled that out. But I can't go back to that sleep spot anymore if they're threatening me. They're bullying, harassing, stalking, and following and threatening me. Saying, we're going to get you. We're going to get you one of these days. We're going to get you. So last night and also Thursday night, they were blasting loud music that insinuating about me. They were trying to insinuate about me dying. Like they were blasting loud music, songs about death. If y'all go back and listen to them terrorizing and harassing and bullying me and stuff. So I can't even go back and get my sleeping bag. And if I do, it would have to be during the day. So now I cannot go to the police, and that's what if I would have died last night or got murdered or even Thursday night and it made national news, all people would have said, well, it looked like she was the one harassing harassing them, or they would have said, well, they would have called me a Karen and I would have got so much abuse and disrespect. And they would be like, well, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I do not feel sorry for her. She gets what she deserves and stuff like that, rather than knowing the real truth. They only judge by what they think they see rather than if I have a hypersensitive ear condition and these people willfully and knowingly come by me just to make a whole noise campaign, who's the one harassing who? If they deliberately waited until just after I laid down on the ground, and even from a distance, when I start filming and recording them, they gaslight me and hurry up and turn the music down. When the police was there, they weren't they turned the music down and they weren't blasting all that music when the police was there. So they know exactly what they were doing. It's like high school bullying all over again. When me and my twin sister went in junior high and high school, we would get bullied and beat up. And they would lie and say that we started it, or that we deserve to get our ass kicked, or that we're the ones who provoked it. So that must mean that I can't even be downtown anymore. For my own safety, if they're downtown and they narcissistically act like they delusionally believe that they dominate and own downtown, and they shouldn't even have laws where all that should be allowed. There was a point in time where I thought that they were supposed to make a law against loud music being blasted on Palafox Street downtown. That they had gotten so out of hand and ridiculous that they were going to put a stop to it. But I guess they didn't follow through. So, yeah, if y'all know about what gang stalking is, yes, they were bullying me with the noise campaign. And, after the incident with the workplace mobbing and my ears being sensitive, and then that was no accident. That was no coincidence that they did that noise campaign, because they usually do not do it on Thursdays. It's usually Friday and Saturday, and that's it. They don't do it on Sunday through Thursday. They do not do it. So that's how I know that was orchestrated and planned, and I was already having a rough day and agitated. They wanted me to flip out. They wanted me to flip out so that they could set me up to get locked up in a mental institution or jail. And that's why there were dudes calling the police on me. And the females try to act tougher than the dudes. And the females, they were younger than me and acting like they wanted to be tough and kick my ass and try to put their hands on me and stuff. And they were mad because I exposed them as obvious gang stalkers with strange headlights. So for people to say that they're just there to annoy you, they're out there destroying lives. And yes, gang stalkers do put their hands on you. They do kill. It's especially if they know that they can get away with it. So I don't have anywhere else to. If I can't go downtown, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have anywhere to be. I don't have anywhere to exist. And I know it's hard to even just get help with $5 for food. And can't even get a meal for $5 no more. So it would be very hard for me to keep on asking for help with like $75 a day for help with food and extended stay hotel, and also if I would have help with the laptop to do like work at home. But then if not a noise campaign, then they would do some other harassment to get me out of there. Like that extended stay hotel that I stayed at on Pensacola Boulevard. That hotel, they was where they had all the dog shit. All the dog shit. And that they didn't want to do anything. I heard dogs last night. So I know that they don't, at this hotel and at other hotels, they don't let the dogs just shit all over the hallway or in the front lobby or no crazy shit like that. Tracking doo-doo in the hallways and stuff like that. But they don't have hallways here, but they got the balconies here. So I am really terrified and scared of having nowhere really to exist, nowhere to go, and fighting for my life, fighting to survive normally, but I don't want to live with anybody since I can't trust nobody. And you never know who's going to betray you and turn on you and become the most destructive perp. Even the ones who say that they're targeting individuals, you can't trust them, or, of course, regular perps. You can't trust no damn body. And when you're going through the worst, horrible, when you're having the roughest time of your life, that's when your so-called friends turn against you. And they avoid you and say you're negative, and they want to stay away from you. They avoid you like the plague and say that they want to stay away from you because they think you're negative. So, damn, and I know people won't even be nice enough to, be helping me with like $75 to $100 a day for extended stay. And I think but I think they're saying extended stay hotel is like $12.50 a month or something like that, or maybe a little bit more, or like $50 a day. But it's hard getting help. I got my fundraiser out, and my PayPal and Venmo and Cash App. I'm an author and blogger. I say that all the time. I write short stories, I blog, and I'm trying to make a living, and the perps stop it because they want the false narrative that I'm just a ungrateful, rude, disrespectful, abusive, scamming beggar. And that, that I'm pretending, that I'm just attention seeking, crazy, and pretending to be targeted. If I had money like this, I wouldn't even fake. If I would have had money like that, I wouldn't even fake being targeted. Hell, I would be living my best freaking life. But then I'll end up going to hell, for sure. If I would have doggone sold out. But, they're trying to give the harshest and the worst bullying, abuse, and intimidation. And the police should be, disciplined and punished too for being complicit. They were obviously friends with the police. Now, I would have to go back and find that video of that one headlight police vehicle being in the midst of them while they're doing all that like with, but usually it used to be way more cars than that. And it's like, why do the police even allow that? I'm pretty sure that some people want to go fishing in peace and don't want to deal with all that freaking noise. Like, why is it so important that y'all gather together to narcissistically flaunt and show off and just blast loud music together? That's not even necessary to survive and sustain life. And so and it's like they blast music like they delusionally believe that they dominate downtown, like they control, own, and run downtown. I feel sorry for that girl's baby. The girl that got in my face and tried to fight me, saying, "Oh, you feeling my baby?" I didn't even realize she had the damn baby in the car. In that truck. So she should have been a real mother and go at home. Be at home with her child. Her child should have been sleeping, not out riding around. While that's child abuse. That's not even healthy for the damn baby. And if the police seeing those videos, why didn't he take her to jail for trying to hit me? She was actually swinging at me in that video. And then the Richard perp tried to hold me hostage and block me from walking away on purpose so he could set me up to make sure that he could succeed at getting me to get arrested and go to jail. But they call me crazy and say I need to be locked up in a mental institution, but they want me in jail. So it's a crime and harassment for me to say, please stop blasting loud music because my ears are sensitive. You're hurting my ears. And I was there first, and they waited for me to try to, immediately after I laid down and stuff like that, that's when they started it. And it's freaking mysterious how my phone ate up that video, or where that video, the other video, where it disappeared to. But the police probably got that. They probably got that in their possession. So I guess I would have to be fighting. I can't get a freaking job no more because of my ears being sensitive, and they gotta blast loud music at every retail store, every restaurant, and they won't let me pursue a writing career, or even if I could heal my mind and relearn Spanish all over again and go back into trying to get like freelance Spanish to English translation or something and make a living from that. But they make sure that my mind is below functional due to the forced sleep deprivation and high stress and everything like that. So I mean, how are they saying you're the one harassing them when they got the obvious perp colors, they got the obvious strange headlights or one headlight, loud, planned noise harassment, right on cue. The moment I start to settle down and go to sleep, that's when they hurry up and arrive. They're a whole bunch of fucking devils, but God sees everything. God sees everything. And as I said, I'm really scared to the point where I can't even effectively express or communicate myself. It's like my mind feels scrambled and unclear. So, if I showed screenshots of them harassing and bullying, harassing, and threatening me on YouTube. Like, y'all are men. What are you doing harassing and threatening a female for? So it seems like as if I was kind of ignored, trying to tell certain professed targets on certain social media, showing them what happened. Or people want to defend and agree with the police, saying that the police was right, or that the perps were right, or if you're targeted, you ought to know what's going on. So I'm really scared of, scared for tomorrow night. If I can't be downtown, I don't know where to go. And not having really the money to stay up in the hotel or somewhere. they're blocking, even if there was permanent housing or affordable housing, due to my targeting being ramped up, they will make sure that they skirt around and play games and make sure I don't get it. I'm already been on the housing list for nearly 4 years. I've been on the housing list for almost 4 years. And they harassed, and my own black people harassed and bullied me out of my own place in my hometown, New Orleans. I can't even, if I go and try to sign an apartment lease and live in an apartment or a house or somewhere on Section 8, they bullied me to the point where, harass, and threaten me to the point where I'm forced to break the lease, and it ruins my credit. And the landlords and the Section 8 people, they're in on it. They're perps too. Abusive, narcissistic perps. Like the white lady, the abusive, narcissistic white lady, Debbie Thompson, at the Gretna, Louisiana, Section 8 office, told me I deserved to get hurt, or now I'm going to wind up getting hurt. For at 2 o'clock in the morning, confronting next door crackhead perp neighbors, for waiting till 2 o'clock in the morning to do like the worst noise campaign ever. Who the hell waits till 2 o'clock in the morning and start blasting super loud music and the entire neighborhood is okay with it? And then they hit me with directed energy weapons so bad that I had to end up in the emergency room. They were killing me up in there. And former landlords like Samuel Barreta in Linwood, California, part of Los Angeles, they turned him into a perp. He used to be one of my favorite landlords. Then he later on falsely accused me of being the worst tenant he ever had. They turned him into a perp. And that man usually wasn't money hungry, or he wasn't about money. So they had to have threatened him. Or he was gullible. And Larry and Fran Fuselier from New Orleans, they were abusive perp landlords too. Natasha, I don't remember her last name at the moment, in Greenville, South Carolina, at Stratham Place Apartments at 207 Shaw Street in Greenville, South Carolina. So, and I don't even remember the name of the last landlady I had. I can't remember their names at all. There were 2 sisters living a high life, driving Mercedes and BMWs and shit like that. Money hungry, abusive, narcissistic landladies. But I didn't even know that they were part of the gang stalking as well. And they see you as the problem, and they bully you out of the neighborhood, being targeted. So if professed targeted individuals say that you got to stay on the move and that you got to stay on the move and stuff, I don't have the resources or the money to keep it moving like that. I don't even have a vehicle to keep moving around. But they keep you on the move anyway. They threaten my life. A black man telling a black woman, one day somebody gonna bust her upside the head. And they had this man who lived around the corner from me in Jefferson, part of New Orleans. He was telling me basically that it was basically a conspiracy around in that neighborhood. in Jefferson, Louisiana, Shrewsbury area, off of Jefferson Highway in Claremont. I used to live on Claremont Street. I promise you, of all these people thinking just because I'm homeless and get a Social Security check, they think that I'm mentally incapable of taking care of myself, that I'm not handling my business right. Y'all don't even know me. Y'all just newbies judging from the outside and got your mind made up and got an opinion. Y'all narcissistic abusers. And, you think that because of my mental health label, even other black people want society to get rid of me. Even my own family wants society to get rid of me. My own family members telling me I don't ever want to know you again in life. Or I don't want anything ever to do with you again in life. And my family, they're the most hostile and abusive. The biological gay brother Mark has been abusive since we were born. I don't have my biological parents. And everybody think that everywhere I go that I'm just such a horrible person and just worthy and deserving of just nothing but abuse. But y'all call me negative. So now basically, I don't want any fake rescuers with an agenda to try to send for me to come all the way to North Dakota or in Duluth, Minnesota, and set yourself up to be a live-in handler and try to control my every move and let me be free to expose my gang stalking. Don't be trying to pretend that, oh, I'm a TI too, and then come to find out your ass has never been targeted and you a perp. They even hide behind Christianity and the Bible and do all this wickedness in Jesus' name and then tell me I'm going to hell. Or that there's no hope in heaven for me. So now I can't work. Not that kind of work, because I can't be employed. So if I had a car, I could do delivery, or I could do like delivery or something if they wouldn't sleep deprive me. If that fundraiser can be used for multiple people can pitch in and help me, and if I can get a laptop or a vehicle to get functioning, who knows? I probably can work up enough that I can be able to reimburse y'all and pay y'all back. But they make sure they want to stop that too. So people want me controlled in a mental institution or a group home, and I'm more functional than that. I'm more higher functioning than that. Yes, I'm disabled, but I'm more higher functioning than that. I can be independent. But I heard that that's another form of modern day slavery and trafficking. That they and I need to really expose how the freaking foster care system is freaking ruining lives. My targeting started all from foster care. That they experimented on me that bad to where I'm forced to be too disabled to work. As many times as I've tried. And it would be in a quiet place. If I got a bachelor's degree and freaking forced to be punished with low-wage janitorial jobs, when I could be, I have a whole bachelor's degree under my belt, and I could be translating papers for people. I can do the translation, but because of the 2 strokes that I have when I was 5, I couldn't my mind is not sharp and fast enough to be an interpreter or do interpreting. I couldn't be a simultaneous interpreter, but I'm somewhat good at maybe being a consecutive interpreter. But my thing would be more like translation, and I can't even do that. So I have been dreamed of being a writer or a restaurant owner or something, and if I would have owned my own restaurant, or even a food truck, wow, I would have to be a traveling food truck owner or something because of the gang stalking. Because if I stay stationary, that they would probably be making up lies or make like if I were to do like if I even had my own place and they had cottage food laws, the gang stalking fake inspectors will probably make up lies and give false grades, or they would have customers smear campaigning and lying on me and stuff like that on purpose to shut down my business if I had one. I can't even live life and pursue life the way that I dream of, the way I wish to. But I'm surprised that I got some thumbs up. Thank y'all for the support. That I got some thumbs up, and that some people had my back with the damn gang stalking the police situation. And this needs to go to the whole TI community, whether they hate me or not. Shucks, I mean, I've argued with people that was freaking over a year ago or almost over 6 months ago. But y'all the ones how the hell y'all God's chosen people if y'all stay mad and stay grudgeful? But y'all chosen though. Y'all are chosen. But y'all stay mad and stay grudgeful, and y'all tell everybody stay away from me. But y'all merciful and forgiving and smiling friendly with the perps though. If y'all claim y'all targeted. It's really scary that if I get arrested and go to jail or locked up in a mental institution, they have nobody to bail, nobody from the TI community who will gather funds to bail me out. But for political reasons, people can get like over $300,000 talking about for lawyer fees and stuff like that. If they get locked up in jail or prison for political reason, they can get a Give Send Go or Go Get Funding, Fundly or GoFundMe, or any of those charities or fundraisers, and people they handpick who to donate to. So if for political reasons they got Americans freaking donating all the way to Ukraine, but then your fellow domestic homeless American, disabled, and you want to say people don't have money to donate to you, motherfucker, because you already donated so much to Ukraine, or you donate to those migrants that's coming in. You got money to donate to them. So I heard that they got migrants panhandling and begging, or if they were sent to an island, it might have not even been their fault. But if they're sent to an island, the Dry Tortuga or something like that, and they're sent to a remote island with that's cruel. To send a bunch of people to a land with no water and food and all that. But it's to manipulate the public to pull all their money out to them. But while they got poor and homeless suffering and struggling here. As I said, my Social Security check, like as of last night during the incident, I had almost $300. But because I was forced to have to spend on a hotel, now I'm almost broke. So now I'm going to have to keep panhandling and begging all month long. I was trying to stretch the money that I had, and I was trying to stretch it. But this coming Friday, I'm supposed to get if I was supposed to have get only credit for working 5 hours for $12 an hour for a temp job, then if they take out taxes, in which they will, I might get probably between $45 and $50. That a one-time payment. So that was supposed to be very temporary anyway. It wasn't even, it was supposed to be like 1 or 2 weeks. So I would have still ended up needing help anyway. But the more temporary the job is, or a temp service job, I end up getting the worst workplace mobbing and narcissistic abuse. I need it's scary, trying to get a way to make a living. I try to write short stories and earn, and the perps stalk everything I do while they tell everybody else to ignore me and look away. And before I even uploaded the video this morning, J Demon Rotten Shit came after she noticed that I caught on to who she was on her other account. I saw her face and blocked her. She narcissistically puffed herself up to be one of my first TikTok followers too, just like she did on Twitter. She another one been stalking me for years and act like she thinks she owns me. So before I uploaded the video of the previous video, before I uploaded that video, she came with another TikTok account. Her name Jessica Ricketts Wholeness, but she called herself Jessica Ricketts. With that account, she came and followed me on another TikTok account, and I had to block that too. I had to block that one too. J Demon Rotten Shit. So all morning long, my phone kept freezing on me. It was a battle and a struggle. I had to keep restarting it. And the phone kept saying system UI isn't responding. And my phone was acting all kinds of bizarre in a way that made me question, did they hack into my phone and put a virus in my phone? Why is my phone acting so erratic? I just got this phone back in late August 30th, 5 days after me and my twin sister's birthday. I got this damn phone. And guess what? All of my family members, they won't help. They won't dish out a penny to donate or help me. Not one penny. But then when I was getting those student loans and in college, they were parasitically leeching off of me. And they preyed on my generosity. And then once the money ran out, they became extra abusive and created a crisis and tried to set me up to get locked up in a mental institution once the money ran out. But they pretended to be fake nice when they were, scamming me and tricking me and bullying me out of my money, or blackmailing me out of my student loan money. My own relatives bullied me and put me in debt. And that's what people want to say. Oh, well, you don't have the guts to say no. Well, that comes from foster care. If I stood up to the foster parents or foster brother, Joe, that woman and child beater, or Brian or Shelly or any of them, if I stood up to them, I got increased abuse. And that's the same thing with the biological family. Including my twin sister. If I stand up to them, I get increased abuse. And so, which led me to, dealing with being disabled. to be taken advantage of out in society, and dealing with abusive bullies who gonna use and take advantage of my money or sexually rape me and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna need help every day. As I said, I cannot function in cold climates. And I hate anything west of Louisiana. I mean, I don't even know if I can live in a different city nearby, and if people can help me get stabilized housing nearby. But if I do, they're gonna run me out of there too. What's the damn solution on how a targeted individual is supposed to live? If I can't move around like that from city, I mean, if I can't be a traveling because of the Social Security, I gotta be like residing in one spot. I don't even know if it's possible how I could be a world. I mean, I'm sorry, not a world traveler, but an intern. But I mean, a state. I mean, a U.S. countrywide traveler traveling around. I'm not getting pouring in donations like that. You know, so how the fuck am I supposed to live and survive? I do not need to be in jail. I do not need to be in a mental institution. And life is fucking scary. The moment 2023 hit, it's the new year just started, and I see evil is abuse, increased evil and abuse is ramping up. Like, it's really scary to be in this world, but at the same time, I'm scared to die also. But this targeting program helped me to be more courageous. That if I wouldn't have been aware about narcissistic abuse and people being on a power trip and being power hungry, and and the fact that the police work for Satan, that give me the freedom, more freedom to have less respect for them and to be more, I'm gonna say, disrespectful and talk back to them. And let them know you ain't shit and you ain't nobody. And I tell them to your face, you're not God. I don't have to. I've been telling them to their face lately, you're not God. I don't have to listen to you. Especially if I know that what I'm doing is right and that I'm not doing anything wrong, and I know that they're bullying me, picking on me, and singling me out, and they have it out for me. But the perps got free will, but I got it. My life has to be so restricted. I'm 39. I'm going to be 40 this year. I do not need to be disciplined and handled and talked to like shit. I don't need to be put in my place and told off like a 2-year-old child. I don't need nobody pointing in my face lecturing me for 4 hours. I don't need anybody being overly critical of my every move, thought, and deed. I mean, everything I do and say, and think. If the main religious fake Christian narcissists say God gave us free will, but they're the main ones who want to micromanage and microscopically control you. If God gave us free will, who are you to take it away from me? All y'all need to go fry in hell.